What gave you the idea to start this endeavor, Baum? Or I guess we should be calling you
No, that's okay.
Christoph.
I mean, my email address is baum at thatsner, so that's okay.
Okay.
I don't know. It's I had this on my mind for quite a while. It just felt that, especially the coronavirus situation, COVID-19, where it was pretty difficult and tricky for me as a musician, as you know, because we all always, I mean, we've been working together since 2012. It got trickier because there's no concerts. You actually can't have proper studio recordings and stuff like that. And I went like, ugh, what's it going to be good for to write new songs, to like with the whole home recording process. And then I remembered that I actually did a couple of things way back then. The last one was like in December, where I felt like, damn, that would be like a good idea. Why not come up with like commercial sounds that make sense, make other people happy, because I know that especially you, me, Tim, given the fact that we've worked together for such a long time already, that I felt like, we can do this. And then you sent me your biography and I was like stunned, because you never actually told me really properly what you did before. And then I read it and I was just like, we're so going to do this. And then I met Judith and I went like, that's a good idea. Why not? Why not? We should do this, just the three of us, like a trio, like the Police back then. It's pretty cool.
As long as we don't have to
Okay,
all
so I'm
dye
going
our
to
hair
ask a
blonde.
very futuristic question.
If you want to.
Where do you see us? Obviously, we're just starting off in this new venture, especially, particularly me. I don't know, really. But where do you see us in, let's say, 2 years?
I remember that Tim mentioned something about like 1.5 months ago, and he said it's going to be important that we're going to be able to create like our signature sound. So I think like on the one hand, there's potential clients, they have companies, they have products, they have like their social media channels, they actually are active when it comes to advertisement. So on the one hand, I think it is important to have proper meetings with them. I know it's difficult right now because we're still like in the midst of this whole corona pandemic situation. But still, I think it is important for us on the one hand to actually understand the needs of our potential clients, maybe for corporate sound design, maybe for or be it for podcasts, or there's sound tags, jingles, what have you. On the one hand, so make people happy. It's like a service agency on the one hand, but then I fully agree to what Tim said, that we need to come up with like a signature sound where people know that whenever you want anything into that direction, then you have to ask TNER. And so therefore I think there's like on the short term base right now, I think we have to prove that we're good, that we do understand clients on the one hand. And then, as I usually say as a musician, behind the black curtain, we have to make sure that we establish our own signature sound. So like an acoustic world where people easily connect us to that kind of sound. I think that's really important. That's a creative part, by the way. That's not marketing, that's not business, that's not what have you, just making money. That to me is a very artistic approach, which is important.
Yes, I would agree with that. I mean, I do think that it's, very important to create your own signature, because it's the thing that people are going to be able to identify what you do and separate it from the rest of the crowd, because obviously it's a competitive field. There are lots of companies and people that are doing this. And so, you want people to say, hey, who did that? Like that's a sound I really like, and come to you for that sound. So I think it's very important to create that. And of course, you have to give the clients what they want, but I think that you can do that within the context of still retaining your own musical personality or sound design personality. So
It's almost a bit like creating a sound language with which
Yeah,
you communicate
very much.
with your or for your clients or our clients.
Yes.
I personally think it's like, I don't know, it's like, like real life. If I get an invitation for an opening night at the opera, maybe, I'm going to wear like a shirt and a tie and stuff like that. But that's not me, that wouldn't be me. And then, given the fact that Tim not only is a sound engineer, a mixing engineer, a producer, but also an artist. Tim writes songs. I write songs. Writing songs is a very personal thing. And then being able to kind of create a signature sound together, that's a tricky thing. It's easier for yourself, I guess, because you as a human being / artist, you constantly change over the years. But then doing this for a company, I think that's going to be a fun task, in my opinion. It's going to be a fun task. But I mean, Tim is a drummer, a tremendous drummer. He plays keyboards. He has an ear for sounds that work or don't work, that create tension. They're uplifting. And then we also have had, so far over the last 8 years, we had shitloads of really good discussions where it's about like, what are we going to create with this EP or with this album? And I'm super sure that we, even though there's this big Atlantic between us, that we can do this, It just, on the one hand, it's this, again, this distance, but then on the other hand, we're like connected in a very good way. Also, like with all the programs that we work, this is going to be fairly easy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to.
And I do think that we've been able to. Go ahead.
Yeah, no.
I do think we've been able to do that, with some of the, records and recordings that we've done together, because obviously it's your strong songwriting craft and kind of both of our combined vision of, how we want that to sound and how we want the listener to feel when they listen to your music. And I think that we've been able to craft a sound and identity that, certainly is yours from a songwriting perspective, but it's both of our vision of the way that should sound. So
Absolutely.
It's basic. That's the groundwork is already here for that potential journey to find that sound in order to commercialize that for our company.
I think so, because, even though, we do have that sound, there is a connection between all of the songs that we've worked on together. But at the same time, I think that there's a lot of different personalities, even within the context of what that is. And I think that there's a lot that both of us have to offer in terms of, Baum, plays a song for me, and already I start thinking of like what that is. And even though it's certainly different from every song he's ever written before, there's still a vision there of what that is. And I think that the same thing can apply when you're, creating a sound for clients, whether it's like a corporate logo or, a song that they're going to use in their advertising, that it's the same type of approach. So.
Yeah.
I agree, and I personally think that it's going to be exciting to see how this whole TNER thing is going to change our collaboration, because so far, more or less, it was that I had to write like a song, and then I would like, Tim, I do have a new song. Can we do something about this? But now we're equally both going to write songs, and we're going to write these songs together. So I'm looking very forward to that. When I write a song under my artist name Baum, then it's super personal, especially like the lyrics. Oh no, we lost Judith. So let's make a cut here and let's be back once Judith. Are you back? No, you're not back.
I'm back. Yeah.
Has like a full battery. But we talked about myself already. So second part is gonna be Judith because her battery sucks.